Dunk was goody, man.
Fellas. I hear y'all here tripping, man. What's going on with y'all?
How you doing, brother?
Talking about the blueprint?
Yeah, hey, the blueprint. Hey, I don't care what nobody say. The blueprint made me go on my damn ticket. They had me sold, boy. Yeah.
It was some good propaganda. You know what I'm saying? It was some good propaganda. But I don't believe nothing that come out of Panthers.com no more. Because they told us that this was Thomas Brown made the playbook, but Frank Reich was just going to call the plays. And then they told us that it was Frank Reich playbook, but it looked like Frank Reich playbook. And then it ended up looking like Thomas Brown playbook. So anything that come from Panthers.com, I'm really not believing no more, to be honest. So,
fair enough. I totally understand that for sure. I wanted to get some of your feedback on some of the names that you've been seeing as it pertains to the general manager search as well as the head coaching search. Now, me and Terrence didn't really get into the head coach search, but I just wanted to kind of see, where your brain was in regards to some of the names that we've been seeing. Now, the list is extensive from what I've seen. I've seen 10 names on both lists. But who are some of the guys that are sticking out to you, and who are some of the guys that you think would be a good fit for, the current situation that we're in?
I mean, we need Jesus, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nah, but for real. I mean, the thing about the GMs, man, like, only thing you can really judge them on is, like, okay, what kind of roster moves are the team doing? Because you never really know what role these dudes be playing in the front office. You know what I'm saying? Like, Scott Fitter was our GM, but they kept talking about this collaborative thing. But at the end of the day, I think that's what got him fired. I think he tried to be too buddy, too agreeable. You need to have somebody that's the head guy that's going to say, hey, this is the type of prospects we're looking for. We want big offensive linemen. We got a short quarterback. We need to go get some guards that are 300 plus pounds with this around the arm length. Go find that type. It seemed like everybody was too, this is an open door policy type stuff, whatever. Nah, you need somebody that knows what they're doing, has a vision, is on the same page with the coach, and they execute that vision. They know what they're looking for. Not know, okay, let's gamble on these traits. Let's Brandon Smith, he's 250 pounds running 4.4. Let's just go draft him, and maybe we can coach him up. But then you fire the coach. So we can't be making these type of decisions. We just need somebody to be on the same page. Now, as far as what team, I know Terrence ain't trying to deal with nobody from the division, but look, as long as we're not in salary cap hell, I'm cool with somebody from the Saints. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, Buddy worked for the league office. He was the one consulting with teams, telling them what you can and can't do with contracts, which is why the Saints being negative $100 million in cap space to turn around. Now, granted, I don't want to ever get to that point, but if you can pull that type of voodoo, I'm not opposed to that because
like something.
Is that what?
That almost seemed like something illegal was going on in that organization.
Bro, come on, man. They're laundering money and stuff, man. Because we gotta be bank on it. So it's really about if you have the cash to play with, you can make these type of moves and just make the accounting and stuff work on the numbers. That's kind of what. So you got somebody that worked in the league office like him. Not to mention, I mean, he's a brother too, so I'm cool with that. But I'm not opposed to anybody. I mean, you're really not gonna find out what type of dude these guys are until they get here. Now the coach, that's the one thing you can kind of make a decision on. Like I said, I haven't talked about it yet, but as long as we have lockstep with the GM and the owner, I really don't mind working both sides. And we already knew they were going to cast a wide net. They do that every time. And he got this consultant firm he's working with. He's probably trying to get his money's worth. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense finally. Instead of trying to lead the search yourself and then wasting money on a coach that's not even coaching you no more in the next year, just pay somebody else to help you find it. You know what I'm saying? That way you're not paying coaches to go away. You're getting to pay somebody to help you make the right choice. So it was a logical move, and I hate to really applaud this dude for doing stuff that makes sense because this is basic stuff. Like the fact that we have to apply him for doing logical stuff is annoying, but this is kind of the situation that we in, and he bought the team, and he ain't going nowhere. So
red flag.
Bro, exactly.
It's a red flag.
And the Dan Morgan thing, man, to me, it's two sides of the same coin. Like you said, the closeness between him and Scott hasn't been rubbed in the wrong way. He spent some time in Buffalo, obviously. In Buffalo, they built a decent team with Josh Allen. A lot of people thought he was going to be a bust because he was real risky coming out. They put the system in place. They got him where he wants to be, one of the top quarterbacks in the league now. They made moves, they got digs, they put together a good defense. So he's been around that type of stuff. Like I said, you just don't know what extent these guys have. And I understand he's a legend. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm really don't want
But what
anybody
can
to have any kind of remnants there.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. And so it's not no disrespect. And don't we give it up a little bit different. It ain't no disrespect to Dan Morgan and the legend that he is, bro. But I'm tired of seeing losing shit as product. I need somebody that's gonna come in, establish the culture, whether it be the head coach or support the culture by the prospects that we obtain in the GM and get shit going back in the right direction. I love Dan Morgan just like the next guy, but you were too close to Scott, and based on the fact that we dubbed Scott, just by process of elimination, you got to go as well.
And hear him say, "Oh, he may be a big part of this transition." Like Joe Person wrote in one of his articles, he may be a part of the transition of going from one thing to that. Sounds too much like what he tried to do with Marty Hurney, because he got rid of Ron, but wanted to keep Marty around for a year. And granted, Rule had final say so, and Marty actually could make some picks actually at the top of the draft. But it just don't make sense. It seemed like you have stepped in. We needed a clean house. Now I think the website said it's the first time we've started looking for a GM and a coach at the same time since 2002. So it's not even a temporal problem. This is just a franchise problem that's been happening. We've always been half-stepping with this type of stuff. So we needed a complete reset. So make it a complete reset. Don't run it back with or whatever off the vibes of keep pounding. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love what he did on the field. He was a legend, but this is business now. You know what I'm saying? We're not playing with heartstrings. This is business at this point. So I would feel like it's a side step. It's a step we made some steps in the right direction. I have no problem with any of the candidates, GM wise thus far. Nothing screams out red flag. Coaches as well. I know people don't like Dan Quinn like that, but everybody, he's really the only retread per se. Everybody else seems like, okay, I can understand the thought process behind where they're at, and they don't seem like bad candidates. Obviously, I think we all know who the ball head dude is going to be focused on, but I don't hate any of the prospects they've actually thrown out there, you know what I'm saying? Now, so we'll see, because I think they probably have one more, unless the dude from the Bucks, his last name is Canellis. I don't know if he's a minority or not, but they may got one more minority interview to do. Well, so it's still makes some time.
You know, Dave ain't really trying to go for that for real.
He just got to check that box. I don't really think he care about checking the box, because everybody in their mama know he won't Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Whatever fine they're going to make him pay for skipping the running rule.
Yeah.
You might go ahead and eat
See,
it.
that's the thing. That's the problem that we had like last week, because we were saying that. That's why I think that consulting firm thing is I think it's a stunt, because it's like, why would you go and proclaim that you want Ben Johnson? You're so high on Ben Johnson weeks ago before the season even ended. And now all of a sudden the season ended and you want to hire a consulting firm to help you look for a head coach. So I more so feel like he wants us to seem like he's doing his due diligence by the franchise by exhausting all options, when in reality, we know who he wants. But I think that he would be doing us a disservice, himself a disservice, if he didn't do a full lengthy process, because I seen something was like, this is like one of the most loaded free agent head coaches classes ever, damn near.
And you see why some teams they were kind of dragging their feet about firing their coach. You know what I'm saying? You know, some us, we got ready during the season, but the Titans, they're looking around, they're like, hey, some decent dudes out here. Like, if we're not all in on our coach, let's go ahead and take this shot, because it ain't too many. And granted, there's no like dream jobs out there. Everything has plus and minuses. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we got a crazy owner, so people think we're at the bottom, but I think we actually a fairly competitive job if you know what you're doing and you know what you want and you set the record straight, and if you man enough to be able to stand up the temper, you'll be fine. I'm saying you got your rookie quarterback on that contract. You got some pieces on defense that's competitive. You're probably gonna have one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, because I haven't seen Jiro get any requests so far. So, and he's still on the contract. He may be back. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get So that's back. The core on defense is there outside. You got to figure out your little Burns, but you got JC and VB another year. You got Ink Frankie. That's gonna be the tough part. But for the most part, you got the bones of a decent competitive defense. You just got to figure things out on offense. And so, if it's not a terrible job as things, some people think you just got to get past that homer. And I think that's why he's going through these steps, like Terrence said. Like he's more like he's not supposed to waste any money, so he can easily go through all these steps with his consultant firm and just not listen to them at all. I would not be surprised by David at this point, bro. Like, there's nothing he does will surprise me. So it's his actions are really gonna matter over this. We'll learn pretty quickly. I think the Lions could be one and done. I think people are sleeping on the Rams. So we could be hearing about Ben Johnson coming getting on that jet within the next 5-10 days, you know what I'm saying? And then he got a couple other interviews, of course, but he's the hometown kid. Tepper has not been shy about it. He's been talking to his agent for months. It's the worst kept secret in the NFL that it's potential. And I think people are saying that Ben Johnson would never go there, but like we're hearing all these reports of him talking to former coaches, we all know who they probably was, asking about David Tepper. If you weren't interested and you thought this dude was that crazy, why would you still be doing your due diligence? So I think the door is still open. There's some other opportunities out there, but I think that door is open. He's gonna get he's gonna get all the money that he wants. He's gonna be close to home. He's gonna have a young quarterback, like I said, and just be able to really have all the resources he needs if he wants it. And he's got all the leverage on Tepper. You know Tepper wants him. So if he makes any kind of demands, telling him to fall back, Tepper could honor that. Or if he works together and tries to pull that San Francisco card and be like, hey man, we got our GM, give me 6 years, minimum of 3, and then whatever, because there's worse owners that have gotten good coaches. I mean the Texans, after how they done 2 black coaches back to back, they still end up Amico.
Yeah.
What they get, the playoffs. The playoffs.
Yep.
So it's still, and like I said, all owners are bad in my opinion. It's like the way they operate and do business. They all do bad business personally. You know what I'm saying? But we just gotta see what happens, man. This next scenario is gonna be huge. But we just need a GM that can hit on day 2 picks. I don't think we hit on a day 2 pick that's become like a Pro Bowler since Taylor Moore. And that was like what? I don't even know what year that was.
Nasty.
We're just cashing out too many times. Meanwhile, the Ravens got D2 picks, 3 picks that are going to Pro Bowls. So you can't build your roster off only hitting on first round picks. So we're gonna have to hit on day 2 and 3 picks anyway. So I'm not even really tripping on not having the first. It sucks, but we weren't gonna be good anyway unless we started hitting on picks after the first round anyway. So
yeah,
that's just kind of where I'm at overall. But
for sure.
not finna happen fast, in my opinion.
Facts. I got two quick questions for you, bro, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
All right. My first one, besides Chicago, this was a tough season for every team. We know the ups and downs, head coach, like that. We saw, the I guess you could say semi-viral within the Panthers Twitter community with different people turning in their fan transfer portal paperwork in. So I want to ask you, because I assume, they say you shouldn't assume, but I'm going to do it. I'd assume at some point or another, the thought may have crossed your mind that, you can just sneak off and go elsewhere. So did that happen for you as far as you, like, possibly considering giving this shit up and being like, I can't take it no more with this organization? And B, what point in the season did that come, if it did come, in fact?
Nothing during the season really bothered me because, like, to me, we've been trash more than we've been good. But, like, I'll let you know that witnessing all these bad years, going to that Super Bowl, it made the ups make the downs, like, going through the downs make the ups feel that much better. So, like, that year that we had, like, literally knowing every week we won, or we were probably going to win, or we knew we had a chance to win, those type of things, they're rare. So it makes you really appreciate that. The one thing that almost broke me, and honestly, I know how I feel about training camp, was them closing out on Wofford and doing it up in Charlotte. Right? I know y'all in North Carolina, but Charlotte's not really as close to y'all either. But like, it just feels like every step of the way he just turned his back on the state of South Carolina. And now I'm not even a resident of South Carolina anymore, but I was born and raised there. And Wofford is one of my earliest memories of the team. You know what I'm saying? I remember when the Falcons was doing training camp at Furman too. So I was going to both when I was younger. But it just feels like every step he's trying to erase South Carolina. He keeps saying this two states, 1 team thing, but it's just apathy towards the state of South Carolina. And I understand he's trying to put the headquarters there, so he's probably a little bit sour about that, and it has to do more with some of the politicians there. But at the same time, I think his effort in trying to get rid of Jerry Richardson, he's really burned a lot of bridges. And I don't think the voices and the people in South Carolina are loud enough for the pain and that resentment to be heard. Because obviously the team is in Charlotte, so it's a heavy concentration of fans there, which is a heavy concentration in South Carolina and North Carolina in general. So that's kind of really what had me pissed off. But that it wasn't really anything about the game win or loss, because those wins and losses happen. It's the NFL. The reason why I watch it is because we could be trash one year, but completely turn around. We got two teams that picked in the top 3 with us that one played the winner take all for the playoffs game this past weekend. One's going to the playoffs. So the NFL can change quick. All it takes is one good off season and getting lucky, and you can turn things around. So wins and losses never going to return me. It's just the off the field behavior by the owner when it's something that can't change. We can pick a fence all we want about coaches and GMs being fired, but that owner not gonna fire himself. So that's kind of really what put me on the edge.
Fair enough. And then my last question for you, bro, and then I'll let you go. I saw something on Twitter. I don't even know who put it out, but it was a very thought provoking question for me, and I wanted to get your feedback on it. With the current situation that the Carolina Panthers are in, with rookie quarterback heading into a second year, Bryce Young, and then the experimentation, I guess that you could say, we suffered through with Frank Reich. Do you think it's more important to bring in an offensive-minded guy, say a guy from one of those freaky trees like the McDaniels tree or like the Shanahan tree, whatever we may have you? Or do you think it's more important to bring in a guy that's going to reestablish the culture that we feel like as a fan base we're currently missing?
I mean, if this year taught you anything, man, you gotta have somebody that can do the culture. And then like a good head coach can identify quality assistants. And if somebody comes and hires away an offensive guy, that means something went right. Worrying about, I don't want to hire a defensive guy because they just gonna hire my offensive coordinator. That's first world problems. We have not been good enough to be worried about what's gonna happen when stuff goes good. Like, let's get stuff going good first before we worry about what's gonna happen when things go good. So I want the right guy. I don't really care white, black, brown, Puerto Rican, Haitian. I don't care the offense, defense, special teams. Get the right guy, man. And just get somebody that knows what they're doing, that's comfortable in themselves, that guys want to play for. Everybody always says leader of men. That's fine. We want to throw that in there too. But I don't care how old or young he is, man. I want somebody with some juice that we can get behind and believe in. And like you said, they can bring some culture back and bring some identity back, because we're still very a young franchise. So there's still things that we can still establish going forward that can really stamp our name in the league. So I just want somebody that's going to come in and change the culture. Because, like I said, look at D'Amico, man. I know people want to give City Charlotte credit, but D'Amico is that dude. Like, he got these dudes playing, bro.
Yes, sir.
Like, you can see it on the field, man. You can see the energy. You can see the energy from him on the sideline. And he's from the Shanahan tree, but he ain't no offensive guy.
Right.
So it's about that, man. You see the Dan Campbell. See, he a guy that keeps it real. He's risky. He's a ballsy coach. He goes for it on fourth down. People, like teams and players, can respect that. They can get behind that. They like that. They like when they coach have confidence in them like that, because they know how they get there during the week. And that's just me. I think good assistants, good head coaches can hire assistants. Look at Harbaugh with the Ravens. He been there for forever, got a Super Bowl ring, has had a revolving door at times, and not a revolving door. He's had to change, re-identify the Ravens from the Ray Lewis Ravens to now you still have your defense, but now you got Lamar Jackson. You don't have that Flacco. You're a run-heavy team that throws the ball around. Now you go from that run-heavy team to now you got Tom Munkin from college, from Georgia. You had to hire somebody from there. He's not young, but He's coming in now. He's had a stint in the league, but he's creative. He reinvented himself, doing certain things with Lamar Jackson. Just knowing what to do with the talent that you have. I don't need you to have a system. I want you to look at our players, identify the strengths, and lean into that. That's kind of what Mike McDaniels did in Miami. He's watching him on Hard Knocks. He's a really cool laid-back, chill dude. He has a different approach, but his system don't look like Shanahan's system like that. He's innovating different stuff that Shanahan took from him. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's just creative enough to put all the speed around Tua, and I think, okay, this is Tua's strengths. Let's go get a bunch of speed and put that around him. Shanahan don't do that. Shanahan goes at it a little bit different. There's more than one way to skin a cat, man. We ain't got to keep going. It's going to go to the same tree or whatever. You can still win football games different ways, man. The league's going to keep changing. So let's just get somebody that's going to be able to change with it and be successful.
For sure. Well, man, I appreciate you, Terrence. You got anything, or you good, or how you feel?
Nah, yeah, appreciate you stopping by, but yeah, I agree. I agree with all of that. It's about finding the right guy, and until we do that, but that has to start with Dave Tepper moving out of the way.
Yes, sir.
So,
get out the way.
Oh, sure.
We can tell him. I mean, we got a direct line to him. What's bro name from Twitter? That's him.
Matthew Argo, I think.
Yeah, that's Dave, bro. No cap. I don't care nobody say that, bro. He be
so mad too. People call him.
Oh God. Well, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. If y'all don't already, make sure you go check out Aaron Duncan Instagram at Dunk on the Man. Check him out on YouTube at Unnecessary Bluntness. One of the best creators in the space, if not the best, in my opinion. Very inspirational. Love everything that he does. So shout out to him. Dunk came out to Chicago with us.
Hey, Vegas, we're going to Vegas 2024. Germany, somewhere. You know?
It's 2024. It's locked. For sure, man. But I appreciate you, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right, folks.
All right.
yeah.